What is up, YouTube? I hope you're having a really great day today. So this is a bit of an impromptu video. Normally I release my videos on Monday if I do have one, but it's Saturday the 15th of May so far, and the news is going to happen on the 19th of May, and that is Amazon KDP print are expanding to Australia. So in this video I'm going to be highlighting all of the differences you're going to see as KDP authors and publishers, and how we can prepare to benefit as much as possible from this new opportunity that Amazon is giving us. So if you like videos like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I bring out videos like this. If you found this video helpful in any way, if it brought you any value, then I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button for me. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the topic of this video. So guys, Amazon Australia, everything you need to know about this update. So just for background, on May the 6th, for myself anyway, I received an email from Amazon saying that they're going to start printing paperback books in Amazon Australia commencing May the 19th. So that's going to be 4 days from now. Now, to put this into a little bit of context, basically there is an Australian marketplace for Amazon, but if you have a look on it, there's some very distinct differences between what you'd expect and what there actually is. So first of all, you want to go on amazon.com.au, so that's how you get to the Australian marketplace, and you want to put an address, an Australian address. They have 4-digit postcodes there, so if you just type in any set of numbers, in this case 6969, then they're going to situate you in Australia and show you realistic shipping times. Now, previously, up until this point, the shipping times have been pretty dire for all books that are uploaded through KDP. So you might have seen this book before. It's quite a popular one. As you can see, there's over 6,000 ratings for it, and it is an independently published book as well. So if we go to look at it in the US, for example, you can see that you can get it on Monday, May the 17th, which is 2 days from now in the US, but in Australia, a little bit different, 8 to 9 weeks, which is pretty sad, really. And obviously that's not just an isolated case. If you click on any self-published book, here we go, this could be self-published. Let's try this one. Independently published, there we go. So you can see again, so it's actually a little bit quicker for this one. It's shipped and sold by Amazon USO in the Australian market. So if I wanted it as soon as possible, I can get it on 24th to 26th of May, which is like 10 days time, but it's still not the prime delivery that Amazon US customers get. So that's kind of the landscape at the moment with Amazon Australia. It's just very slow delivery times, but there are all the books there that you see in the US marketplace, all the self-published, independent published, etc. So when they release, book printing in Australia for May the 19th, you're going to see all the books change to something like this, to the best of my knowledge. So Amazon will enable Prime for Australian customers. They're going to do much quicker delivery times, which obviously is going to be a lot more enticing for Australian customers. So from the get-go, from May the 19th, you might already experience like a spike in sales, because these delivery times, are going to be a lot quicker, and then people from Australia can purchase your books, which is going to be good for business. Of course, if we keep reading on with that email, though, there's something that's put a lot of people off on the second line. So if you read the second line, if I can zoom in for you guys here, printing costs are distinct in every marketplace, which may affect your royalties. And then this bit here has put a lot of people off. For Australia, the printing costs are higher than other marketplaces. So you look at that and you go to the pricing table on KDP. They've got a new interface for this. You can see this is all new now. And basically you scroll down, you see right at the bottom is the new amazon.com.au, and you're like, okay, cool. So you type a price in here. Look, this is based on amazon.com. This is a 100-page notebook, by the way, guys. So in the USA, bear in mind that I've listed my notebook here for $6.99, and this gives me $2 in royalty. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, just for comparison, $8.98 is the conversion there. Plus in Australia, they put a general sales tax on all the books as well. So in total, your customer will be paying $9.88 for this notebook, and you're getting 90 cents in Australian dollars for that notebook, which isn't a lot. So you might see this and you might be a little bit put off, considering that in the USA, the same notebook at $6.99 is going to give you over $2 of royalty in the US. So it's kind of a little bit crazy there. But just remember, guys, it's a very important point that if we scroll down to my next. So guys, Amazon Australia are used to seeing high prices on Amazon. So that's one of the things already that tells me there is a big opportunity here. Look, that from an Australian standpoint, they're conditioned to seeing such high prices for activity books. If you look on Amazon.com, for example, the US marketplace for activity books, this same search term is going to give you books, most of them under $10 US. But if you look here, a lot of the prices are hovering in the mid-teens to, you know, over 20 Australian dollars, which is absolutely crazy. It's a big difference. But you as the author, you as the publisher, don't be put off by this massive difference. Don't think just because you have to price your books so high that it's not going to be worth, you know, putting any effort into advertising your books on Australia or adjusting your price to the Australian marketplace. You never know how much Australians are willing to pay for your low and low content books and all your other books, non-fiction, fiction, etc. Just because the prices are so high doesn't mean they won't pay at those prices. For example, you know, if I own a home in, say, Vietnam, for example, I'll be expecting to pay a lot less for that house than a house in the USA, for example. But if I live in the USA, I'm not going to not buy a house in the USA just because it's so much cheaper in Vietnam. It's the same thing with these books. Just because these books are going to be so much cheaper in the USA doesn't mean an Australian's not going to buy your book based on the fact that it's a lot cheaper in the USA. It's a similar thing. So don't shove this opportunity aside just because of the price disparity there. And that's kind of the main point that I want to say, guys, relating to that second line of that email. Of course, for general reference, you can use this. This isn't 100% accurate, but it kind of gives you a general reference as to how much the conversion really is. So for example, a $10 activity book will pretty much literally translate into a 13 Australian dollar book. Of course, like I say, Australians might be willing to pay more, so this doesn't have to be literal, but this is a nice little reference. It works the other way as well, so a $10 activity book will be the same as roughly a £7 activity book, and so on. We've already covered this, much shorter delivery times as a result of the printing in Australia on May the 19th. So I'm just going to be going over the two top things that I'm going to be doing, and because I'm doing them, these are going to be tips that I'll give to you as well. So generally speaking, we want to spare some time. So remember, guys, this is happening in 4 days time. So if you are very busy, if you do have a job, if you have kids or something like that, try and find some spare time, maybe a couple of hours where you'd be watching TV, Netflix, anything like that, to try and go over all your books and adjust the price so that it looks elegant in the Australian marketplace. So it doesn't have a random number like $8.87 or something like that. Like you want to end it in 9 or something like that. So $12.99. You want to make sure that you give yourself a nice amount of royalty. You want to adjust the pricing according to the niche you're in. For more info on like how to price your book, go and watch the video that I've linked in the top right hand side of this video. It's all about how to price your book. But yeah, if you don't know, if you're in a niche where there's no other books for comparison to, you know, situate your book as an industry standard, then try and go for $3 in Australian royalty per book. And now you want to spare some time to create good ads for your books in Australia. Just for reference as well, Canada came out in August 2020. So if I show you my Canadian ads, for example, you can see that I jumped at the opportunity. I was a little bit late as it came out for me in August 2020, but I only really started advertising heavy towards the end of September. And as you can see, my ads began to pick up, and my best ever month was November 2020 in Canada. 3 months after it was released, literally, I spent 536 Canadian dollars with an ACOS of less than 10%. And now I'm not getting that ACOS, I'm getting more like 15% on average in Canada. But when it was new, I managed to get such a low ACOS. So this is just a nice example of what the opportunity could be like in Australia as well, should you jump at the opportunity as it comes at us. So with advertising in Australia, as you can see at the moment, I spent a bit without any sales just because of the long delivery times. But as soon as Amazon applies quicker delivery times to your book and stuff like that, you should start advertising. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be monitoring my books on the day, on May the 19th. I'm going to see when they improve the delivery times and stuff like that. And then the minute they do that, I'm going to start advertising on that book. I'm going to do an auto ad. I'm going to go back to my price reference. So remember, $1 is around 1.3 Australian dollars. So most of my bids in the US for automatic ads are around 10 to 15 cents. So in Australia, I'm going to try 15 to 20 cents for an automatic bid. I'm going to be doing that for all my books. I suggest you do the same as well. If you have lots of books and don't have the time, then just do your best selling books. But if you can, auto advertise all of your books and, you know, make the most of this opportunity. And for your best books as well, do some manual ads. That's what I'm going to be doing. Similar bids, maybe slightly smaller, 10 to 15 cents on your manual ads. But yeah, so it's going to be a busy 4 days as Amazon Australia comes out. I do have some really good selling books in the US and the UK, so hopefully I'm going to see similar successes in Australia, and if I don't, at least I've tried. So that's kind of the mentality, guys, that I'm going to be carrying forward with, you know, Amazon Australia. It's an exciting opportunity. Remember, there's 26 million potential English speaking customers in Australia, maybe less in Canada, UK and USA, but it's still a big opportunity, guys. So make sure you do take it up, give it a try. Like, if it works out for you, you can make yourself a lot more money in royalty over the next coming months at this new opportunity. But if not, at least you have tried, and that is the main thing, guys. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I have to say on the topic. Hope this video has been helpful for you guys. If you do like it, make sure you hit that like button for me. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.